Everybody in the house tonight, come on now. Non-discreet, my style is chic. We all family, meet and greet. Stand up, don't recline your seats, cause I'm about to take you behind the beats.
Celia Cruz always kept a positive attitude. That's from Caliuchis.
Who knows about keeping it positive? She was living in her car when she wrote the song that launched her career. That's a big bounce back, so giving props to Sunny Celia makes sense.
Yeah, the Queen of Salsa's story is all about getting back on your feet and smiling while you do it. There's a revolution in it.
All right, let's go to Cuba. Celia Cruz was born in 1925 in Santos Suarez in Havana, Cuba. Her dad wants her to be a teacher, but that wasn't going to happen.
Celia was born singing.
Her cousin convinces her to enter her first singing competition at 15.
That was how they did it in Cuba. Radio stations had big competitions looking for the next big star.
Cuban popular music at the time is called son, the sound of African rhythms mixed with Spanish singing and guitar. It's blowing up in the US too, where they call son rumba.
Years before, where enslaved people in America were stopped from practicing their culture, in Cuba, the Spanish crown generously, sarcasm, let them keep some of their African traditions, especially drumming and singing.
Siento la nostalgia de volver a ti, mas el destino manda y no puede ser. Mi Habana, mi tierra querida, cuando yo te volveré a ver.
On the radio show La Hora del Té, Celia sings Nostalgia Habanera, a song about
Foreshadowing.
being homesick.
She accompanies herself with the sound of claves, the backbone of Afro-Cuban rhythm.
Her first radio contest is a success.
She wins a seriously delicious first-place prize, and her singing career begins. But
The early days of my career were no piece of cake.
in 1949, Celia auditions for the famous orchestra La Sonora Matancera.
And she nails it, but it wasn't easy. She's the group's first black singer, and her style isn't what people are used to. But she sticks with it and sticks with them for over a decade.
In 1955, Celia leads them on their first international tour.
They play Afro-Cuban rhythms across Latin America, and they're adored at home in Cuba too.
But things change in 1961. Celia's nostalgia for Havana turns real. The revolution that had started 2 years earlier in Celia's homeland has put Fidel Castro in absolute power. And after Cuban relations with America go bad, Castro doesn't like how successful the orchestra has become there.
Celia is told that she's not allowed to return to Cuba, even for her mother's funeral. Can you imagine? She's in exile. And with nowhere to call home, she follows the sounds of her island.
To New York City.
Spanish Harlem, or the Barrio.
The neighborhood in Spanish.
It's where famous Cuban artists like Machito, Mario Bauza, and Chano Pozo played with straight jazz legends like Dizzy Gillespie and Charlie Parker.
And the new sound of El Barrio is setting dance floors across the world on fire. Each year a new style with a whole new dance.
The mambo, the cha-cha-cha.
And who better to say,
Bienvenido a Nueva York.
than the king of drums, Tito Puente. Tito was born in New York to Puerto Rican parents, but he's so good at mixing Afro-Cuban rhythms with jazz that people just assume he's Cuban. Celia and Tito record 8 albums together,
culminating in their amazing Latin cover of Aquarius from the huge hit hippie musical Hair. But quicker than you can cha-cha-cha, tastes change. Rock is super booming in the late 60s, and Celia is struggling to be heard.
In fact, she nearly quit singing altogether.
If I lost my voice, I would give up. But as long as it's there, I don't plan to stop. But that's the thing with Celia. She doesn't give up. She teams up with Johnny Pacheco, a young Dominican musician,
and gets right back on her feet, again. Pacheco's label, Fania Records, is home to the best Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, and Latin artists from New York, who all perform in a fantastic dancing machine, the Fania All-Stars. Fania brought together all those different sounds and played them together under one banner, Salsa music. They're so successful that in 1974, Celia and the All-Stars fly to Zaire to perform at a festival alongside
the fight of the century, the rumble in the jungle, the heavyweight championship between George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. In Zaire, Celia celebrates a reunion between Africa and the people who left or were taken.
She sings a new song, Kimbara, and is hailed as the queen of salsa. Her influence impacts generations of artists, all the way up to
Caliuchis, which makes sense.
Despite big ups and way downs, Celia kept singing and kept smiling. She couldn't go home, so she brought her home to the world.
You know, that might be the sweetest thing I've ever heard you say.
It's true, and I mean it. Because if you look behind the beats, all music is related.
We are family. Yes, sir. Everybody in the house tonight, come on now. Non-discreet, my style is chic. We all family, meet and greet. Stand up, don't recline your seats, cause I'm about to take you behind the beats.